Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into something I think especially fascinating for all of you entrepreneurs out there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's all about time hacking.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so we're going to be exploring Benjamin P. Hardy's book, Slipstream Time Hacking. And,
I love that book.
oh, you've read it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I know what you're thinking, like another productivity hack, right?
Right.
Like, come on. But trust me, this one's different.
It really is.
Yeah, this is about shifting your whole relationship with time to find success and fulfillment
Mm-hmm.
in your journey as an entrepreneur.
And it really is about experiencing more, not just doing more.
Right.
You're already driven to achieve,
Exactly.
to build something incredible. And time hacking, as Hardy describes it, gives you a framework to accelerate that progress
I love that.
in a way that aligns with what truly matters to you.
Yes, and I love how Hardy kicks things off with this analogy of planning a trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So let's say your goal is to get there in 15 years. Okay. What if you could fold time and get there in half the time, 7.5 years?
Right.
Or even more exciting, what if you could find a wormhole and be sipping Mai Tais on the beach in just a month?
I love that analogy.
Right.
It's brilliant because it forces you to think differently about time.
Yeah.
It's not just this fixed linear progression.
Yeah.
There are ways to compress it to accelerate your journey towards what you want.
And that's where time hacking comes in, right?
Exactly.
It's about finding those shortcuts, those accelerants that can propel us forward faster.
Mhm.
But it's not just about speed, is it?
No, it's not just about speed.
Right.
Hardy emphasizes that it's about effectiveness, not just efficiency.
Okay.
It's about focusing on the right things,
Hmm.
the things that truly matter,
Yes.
and aligning your actions with your values.
I see.
Think of it like this. If you're rowing a boat upstream,
Okay.
you could row really hard and efficiently,
Right.
but if you're facing the wrong direction,
You're never going to get
you'll
there.
never reach your destination.
Makes sense.
Time hacking is about making sure you're rowing in the right direction
Yes.
with purpose and intention.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's about working smarter, not just harder,
Right.
and making sure that our efforts are aligned with our overall goals and vision.
Absolutely.
So how does Hardy suggest we actually do this?
Well, he dives into some fascinating real-world examples.
Okay.
He talks about people like Tim Ferriss,
Oh, yeah.
who seems to achieve so much in such a short amount of time.
Right. Tim Ferriss is like the ultimate productivity guru. What's the secret?
He's a master of what Hardy calls living congruently.
Okay.
He's incredibly intentional about focusing on activities that align with his values and goals, which makes him incredibly effective.
So it's not just about doing a lot of things. It's about doing the right things.
Yes.
The things that truly resonate with us.
Exactly.
This is a key takeaway, I think, for any entrepreneur.
It is.
When your actions are aligned with your values,
Mm-hmm.
work doesn't feel like a grind.
Right.
It becomes part of a larger purpose.
Yeah. Exactly. And this ties into another crucial point Hardy makes.
Okay.
The danger of the retirement mentality.
Oh.
You know, that idea of grinding through the present,
Yeah.
putting off happiness and fulfillment for some distant future point when we can finally retire.
I think we've all fallen into that trap at some point, right?
Yeah.
We tell ourselves just 10 more years of this,
Right.
and then I'll be free to do what I really want.
Exactly.
But is that really living?
That's the question.
Right.
Hardy shares the story about Patty, an accountant,
Okay.
who is miserable in her job but keeps telling herself it's only 10 years until retirement.
Oh, wow.
He contrasts her with Steve, who was able to retire early thanks to his wife's success,
Okay.
and now has ample time for his passions like spending time with his grandkids playing golf.
Good for him.
The question Hardy poses is, are you deferring your happiness?
Wow. Right here.
What if you could design a life where fulfillment isn't something you wait for,
Right.
but something you experience now?
That's a powerful question for entrepreneurs, especially for those of us who are grinding it out, building a business.
It is.
It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget about the present moment.
Yeah.
But Hardy seems to be saying that we don't have to wait for retirement to find fulfillment.
You don't.
We can design our businesses and our lives
Yeah.
in a way that allows us to experience joy and meaning right now.
Absolutely.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And that's where his concept of wormholes comes into play.
That's right.
Okay, wormholes. Now we're talking. I'm intrigued.
Now, we're not talking about literal wormholes in space,
Okay.
but rather those unexpected opportunities that can suddenly catapult you forward in ways you never imagined.
So those lucky breaks that seem to come out of nowhere,
Yeah.
like stumbling upon a game-changing idea, meeting the perfect mentor, or landing a dream client unexpectedly, like those kinds of things.
Those kinds of things, yeah. Think of Richard Branson.
Oh, yeah.
He seems to get lucky all the time,
Right.
but it's not just luck. He's attuned to these opportunities.
So you can see them coming almost.
He can kind of, yeah.
Interesting.
These wormholes that most people miss.
So time hacking in part is about developing that same awareness,
Mm-hmm.
being open to those unconventional paths,
Yeah.
and recognizing those wormholes when they appear.
Precisely. And Hardy argues that recognizing and seizing these opportunities is a skill that can be developed.
I like that.
You can get better at it.
So it's something we can actually work on and cultivate.
Absolutely.
That's encouraging.
It is.
So there's hope for all of us.
There is hope for all of us.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So let's delve a little deeper into these wormholes.
Okay.
And how you can actually find them.
Yeah, let's get tactical. How can we become more like Richard Branson,
Right.
spotting these game-changing opportunities that seem to whiz past everyone else?
Hardy suggests it starts with being mindful of the slipstreams we choose.
Okay.
Think of society as this giant peloton, you know?
Right.
Everyone's just racing to keep up, often without a clear destination in mind.
Yeah, just going with the flow.
Exactly. And as entrepreneurs, we have to be careful not to get swept up in that mindless momentum.
It's like we can get caught in the body of humanity, as Hardy puts it.
Yes.
Just blindly following the pack, even if it's not taking us where we want to go.
Exactly. And that's where the entrepreneurial spirit comes in, you know?
Yeah,
You as entrepreneurs are natural rate busters.
I like that.
You challenge the status quo, you innovate, you're willing to break away from the pack.
But that comes with its own set of challenges, right?
It does.
Going against the grain is rarely easy.
Right. You're bound to face resistance
Yeah.
when you try to break away from the norm.
Pushback for sure.
Hardy even uses the term regulators
Okay.
to describe those who try to maintain the status quo.
I see.
And you'll encounter them, you know?
Right.
Those who see your innovation as a threat, who try to hold you back.
They're everywhere.
They are.
So how do we navigate that?
Right.
How do we as entrepreneurs stay true to our vision, to those faster slipstreams, even when we face pushback from the regulators?
Well, Hardy talks about the importance of preparing for those moments.
Okay.
He shares his personal experience of preparing for his first slipstream,
Sure.
the decision to serve a 2-year mission for his church.
Oh, wow. So like a really big commitment.
Yeah, it was a radical shift,
Totally.
a deliberate step outside of his comfort zone.
Right.
And ultimately, it propelled him forward in ways he couldn't have imagined.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's about consciously choosing to step into those uncomfortable situations, to challenge ourselves and embrace the unknown.
Precisely. But Hardy also acknowledges the power of accidental slipstreaming,
Okay.
those unexpected events or experiences that can suddenly shift our trajectory.
I like that.
He tells this great anecdote about how he got into running,
Okay.
which ended up changing his whole life. It wasn't something he planned,
Right.
but he embraced the challenge, and it opened up a whole new world for him.
That's encouraging. So it's not always about meticulous planning.
Right.
It's also about being open to the unexpected, to those serendipitous moments that can change everything.
Yes, and that ties into another crucial aspect of time hacking,
Okay.
creating our own world, so to speak.
You mean taking control of our reality,
Yeah,
of our
Yeah.
experience of time.
exactly. We have far more control than we often realize.
I like that.
Hardy uses the example of Steve Jobs and his visit to Xerox PRs.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Remember that story?
Vaguely remind me.
He saw a demo of the graphical user interface, the mouse, the concept of Windows.
Right.
It was revolutionary technology, but Xerox wasn't doing anything with it.
Wow.
Jobs, however, saw the invisible door,
Okay.
and he walked through it.
And the result, the Apple Macintosh,
Exactly.
a product that changed the world.
It did.
It's a testament to the power of vision,
Right.
of seeing those opportunities that others miss and having the courage to act.
That's the essence of time hacking.
I love it.
Recognizing those invisible doors, those unconventional paths, and having the audacity to step through them, creating our own slipstreams and shaping our own reality.
Thinking big, thinking long-term, not being afraid to challenge the norms.
Absolutely.
And that brings us to another powerful concept, long-distance thinking.
Yes.
Tell me more about that.
Hardy argues that the further out we can see,
Hmm.
the more strategic and impactful our choices will be today.
That makes sense.
He shares the story of Tony Hsieh, the founder of Zappos,
Okay.
who learned to delay gratification and say no to good opportunities in pursuit of something truly great.
So he was able to see beyond the immediate envisioning a future that was bigger and bolder
Right.
than what most people could even imagine.
Exactly.
And that long-distance thinking allowed him to make decisions that ultimately led to extraordinary success.
It's a great illustration of how time hacking isn't just about productivity in the moment.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your actions with the future you want to create.
That's so crucial for entrepreneurs.
It is.
We're bombarded with opportunities,
Right.
with shiny objects that promise quick wins,
Mm-hmm.
but can easily distract us from our long-term goals.
And that's where mentorship comes in.
Okay.
Hardy stresses the power of finding mentors, of surrounding yourself with people who are already traveling in those faster slipstreams.
Right.
They can guide you, they can support you,
Yeah.
and help you avoid those pitfalls along the way.
He talks about how mentorship can create a slipstream current
Yes.
that acts as a wormhole, allowing you to accelerate your progress.
Exactly. But he also cautions us to be selective about the slipstreams we choose,
Okay.
to make sure our mentors are aligned with our values
Right.
and genuinely invested in our success.
Not all mentors are created equal.
They're not. Some can actually hold you back.
Wow.
Hardy also talks about the power of masterminds, of being part of a tribe of like-minded individuals who can support you, hold you accountable, and inspire you.
It's about tapping into collective wisdom and experience,
Yeah.
not just relying on one mentor.
Right. He differentiates between different levels of tribal culture, suggesting that the most successful tribes operate with the spirit of collaboration
I see.
and mutual support rather than competition.
So it's about creating a collective slipstream
Yes.
that moves faster and farther than any individual could on their own.
That's a great way to put it.
I love that analogy. So now let's talk about some practical day-to-day tactics.
Okay.
Hardy talks about the power of morning rituals and delegation.
Absolutely. These are things entrepreneurs can implement today.
Okay.
To free up time and mental energy, morning rituals set the tone for your entire day,
Right.
helping you prioritize and get into a flow state.
He even shares his own morning routine, which involves meditation, visualization, and journaling.
Yes.
Wow, very
On
disciplined.
delegation, it's about recognizing you don't have to do everything yourself.
Right.
It's about leveraging other people's talents so you can focus on your strengths.
Entrepreneurs can be notorious control freaks,
They can.
wanting to have their hands in everything.
Hardy encourages you to consider outsourcing, using technology to automate tasks,
Okay.
and building a team to support you in areas where you're not as strong.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Freeing up time and energy for those activities that truly ignite your passion
Yes.
and drive your business forward.
He even suggests delegating tasks that you enjoy,
Okay.
but that aren't your core strengths.
Really?
Yeah, it's about being ruthless with your time and energy.
So just laser focus.
Laser focus, yeah.
Focusing only on what has the greatest impact
Mm-hmm.
on your business and your life,
Mm-hmm.
which leads us right back to the concept of specialization.
Right.
So tell me about that.
Hardy emphasizes the importance of identifying your core strengths and building your business around them. Become known for something specific,
Okay.
something you excel at, and build a team and system that allows you to leverage those strengths to their fullest potential.
It's about creating a business that works for you, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Which ultimately brings us back to the idea that time hacking isn't just about productivity.
Right.
It's about creating a fulfilling life as an entrepreneur,
Yes.
aligning your actions with your values,
Mm-hmm.
and creating a business that reflects your unique strengths and passions.
Absolutely.
And using time hacking strategies to compress time to experience more joy, fulfillment, and impact along the way.
I'm loving these insights.
Me too. Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
there's one more concept I want to touch on.
Yeah.
The idea of stewardship.
Yes. This is where Hardy brings in the idea of doing more with less.
Okay.
He suggests we're often caught up in this pursuit of more
More.
money, possessions, status.
Right.
But true abundance isn't about having more.
Well,
It's about needing less.
that's a profound concept.
It is.
Tell me more.
It's about simplifying your life, focusing on what truly matters, and using your resources wisely.
Okay.
He even suggests we can set others free by creating businesses that empower people, provide opportunities for growth, and contribute to a better world.
It's a reminder that our businesses aren't just about profit.
They're not.
They're about making a difference.
They are. I love that.
Operating from that place of stewardship and service leads to both success and a more fulfilling life.
That's a great takeaway.
Yeah.
So we'll be back to wrap up our deep dive with some final thoughts.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Slipstream Time Hacking.
Yes.
We've covered so much ground, from rethinking our relationship with time
Yeah.
to practical strategies for finding those wormholes that can catapult us towards success.
Right.
But one thing that keeps coming up
Yeah.
is this idea that time hacking isn't just about external achievement.
Right.
It's about internal growth as well.
It is. Hardy really emphasizes that true growth often comes through discomfort, through pushing beyond our comfort zones
Right.
and embracing challenges that force us to evolve.
Like that saying, growth happens outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
But it's easy to say, harder to do.
It is. Hardy acknowledges that those periods of intense growth can feel chaotic.
Yeah.
Like everything is falling apart.
Right.
But he suggests that it's in those moments of disruption,
Okay.
of breaking down old patterns,
Right.
that we create space for something new and extraordinary to emerge.
It's like a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly.
Yes,
It's messy and uncomfortable,
it is.
but it's essential for the butterfly to emerge in its full glory.
Exactly. And as entrepreneurs, you often go through similar transformations,
I can see that.
shedding old beliefs
Yeah.
and embracing new ways of being to reach your full potential.
So those times when we feel like we're struggling,
Yeah,
like we're failing,
Yeah.
might actually be signs that we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
it could be.
That's a powerful reframing.
It is. And remember, Hardy reminds us that true growth isn't just about these external markers of success,
Right.
like money or status. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
about developing our character, our relationships, and living a life that's aligned with our values.
He even suggests that those external measures of success are often just a reflection
Right.
of our internal growth.
A natural byproduct of our commitment to becoming more, to giving more, to making a greater impact.
I like that. And that brings us back to the idea of stewardship, which you
Yes.
touched on earlier.
Right.
This idea that true abundance isn't about having more,
Exactly.
but needing less.
It's about simplifying your life, focusing on what truly matters, and using your resources to create a positive impact on the world.
He even talks about how we can set others free through our businesses.
Right, by creating businesses that empower people,
Mm-hmm.
that provide opportunities for others to grow and thrive,
Yeah.
and that contribute to a better world. It's about recognizing that your business isn't just about profit, it's
Right.
about making a difference.
Powerful message.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with a few questions to ponder.
Right.
What does it mean to you to live congruently,
Mm-hmm.
to align your actions with your values as an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
What are those invisible doors in your business, those unconventional paths you might be hesitant to step through?
Good question. And how can you embrace those periods of intense growth?
Mm-hmm.
Those messy, uncomfortable times as opportunities for transformation and breakthrough in your entrepreneurial journey.
Remember, time hacking is an ongoing journey of self-discovery.
It is.
It's about consistently aligning your actions with what truly matters to you.
The more you practice, the better you'll become at recognizing and seizing those wormhole opportunities that can transform your business and your life.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Slipstream Time Hacking.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
May you find the courage to step into those faster slipstreams
Yes.
and create a life of extraordinary success and fulfillment.
Until next time, keep diving deep.